Welcome to Formula World. I'm your host Dylan Shelley, and here's what's on this episode. First up on Formula World, Ricciardo not prepared for fun and games with Ocon. Daniel Ricciardo joined Renault with the objective of taking the team and himself to championship glory one day. After a year, he gave his thoughts on how he is getting along with the French team. Just being in a familiar environment, it's made me, I'm going to say the word relaxed, but not in a lazy way. He also shed some light on how he is trying to convey to his team the steps they need to take to become faster, while accepting that any positive change will take time. After Melbourne last year, I remember sending Cyril quite a long email with a whole list of things that we can do better, but it's not going to turn around in one day or 1 week. We have to put things in place. This year, I want to come to the table with a plan of action, just be a bit more intelligent about the way I bring things to them, and sometimes taking action and initiative myself. He also spoke about his future plans. I don't have anything written down with Renault beyond this year, but I'm 100% committed to making this work. He then concluded by laying out his methodology to deal with his new teammate Esteban Ocon. I don't want to lay any rules down from day one, because I think already that will create a tension, like you're anticipating something. I'm prepared for competition, but I'm not prepared for fun and games. If down the track fun and games appear, then I'll deal with it. I'm certainly coming in with an open mind and positivity. I think it's our best intention to try to get this team in a good place before they start losing energy focused on managing us. Best F1 drivers ever according to Button. One of the most common debates F1 experts like to have is about choosing the very best ever to get behind the wheel of an F1 car. Former F1 champ Jenson Button gave his thoughts on the matter. He went for a rather expansive approach as he feels that the drivers from different eras cannot be compared in an equal manner, while also opting to choose from drivers he has raced against. I'll give you 6 drivers, and I'll make a top 6 of drivers I've driven against. I can't compare Fangio to Hamilton. There's so much time in between, it's almost another sport. 5 of his choices happen to be somewhat expected in Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher, but the 6th one happens to be Max Verstappen, which may be a surprise to many, and Button explained why he decided to include Max. I have to mention Verstappen, because when you see what he can do in treacherous circumstances like Brazil 2016, it's just from another planet. Many people think he's wild, but he has more control than anyone else. He also understands that some people would not choose Vettel, but explained why he does. Sebastian managed to win 4 titles in a row, and that's really special. He now has a strong teammate, but I'm sure he can hit back in 2020. He has so much talent that we will definitely see that again when we race this year. Fast feed. India's Bhutan International Circuit, which used to host F1 races in the past, is being used as a quarantine shelter for workers stranded in the nation's capital. Aston Martin has announced that Lawrence Stroll will take over as CEO from 20th of April after it was revealed that he had invested some £262 million in the company. AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly spoke of his confidence in his team's engine supplier by saying that Honda have set themselves the goal of becoming world champions, and he knows they will do everything they can. Codemasters, the developers of the official F1 game, have revealed that they'll just keep the 22 circuits on the calendar that were also on the original calendar, including Zandvoort in the next iteration of the game. McLaren boss Andreas Seidel wants assurances that the rules are not broken when 2 teams work closely together, such as by moving employees from one team to another. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko feels that to have 2 races in one weekend, F1 has to choose an attractive circuit where there are a lot of overtaking maneuvers. And former F1 driver Pedro Della Rosa is of the opinion that Kimi Raikkonen depends on a certain type of car to win, and that he cannot adapt like fellow F1 champions Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. Who will come out on top between Ricciardo and Ocon? Be sure to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.